Is waiting to see which new representatives will lead each region, held every 4 years. Local elections are often perceived as kind of midterm referendums on the ruling party and the incumbent administration. We're going to connect to our Kim Mok-yeon, who's on standby at Seoul's National Assembly for us. So Mok-yeon, can you give us a further rundown of this year's local elections?
Sure, Mark. After nearly 2 weeks of passionate campaigning, political parties in South Korea have finally arrived at their make-or-break day. These parties have been exerting their utmost effort to sway the hearts of the voters until the very last minute when campaigning officially ended at midnight. The ruling Democratic Party of Korea focused on the so-called Gyeongbu railroad line, campaigning around 5 cities between Seoul and Busan, while the main opposition Liberty Korea Party was relatively quiet, with their party chief campaigning mostly in central Seoul. The minor opposition Bareunmirae Party continued electioneering by touring around Gyeongsangbuk-do province. Out of some 4,000 posts up for grabs, much attention is focused on the position of Seoul mayor, as it's often deemed a stepping stone to the presidency. While candidates from the ruling and main opposition parties Park Won-soon and Kim Moon-soo already casted their ballots during the early voting period, minor opposition party candidate An Chol-soo is set to cast his vote in the next couple of hours. Another special event we're looking at today are the by-elections, which are being held simultaneously to fill 12 vacant seats in the National Assembly. This year's by-elections are being dubbed mini-general elections, as the results will determine which party will take the majority of the seats in the parliament, as currently the ruling party has 118 seats, while the main opposition holds 113. In South Korea, becoming the largest party means a lot as it selects the parliamentary speaker and has the upper hand when it comes to choosing the heads of the National Assembly's standing committees.
Now, Mok-yeon, the majority of the polls released on Wednesday show that the ruling Democratic Party is pretty much on track to get some sweeping wins nationwide. But elections, as we know, can be unpredictable, and there are a number of variables that we should keep in mind.
Yes, well, we can probably point to the total number of total voter turnout and the number of swing voters as possible variables that can actually influence the results of the elections. Though the latest polls show a higher chance for the Democratic Party to take the lead, with the ruling party leading 14 of the 17 metropolitan cities or provinces, there's hope for other parties, as some polls indicated between 20 to 40% of voters still haven't made up their mind about who to vote for. Also holding the key could be voters that were referred to as shy conservatives, who don't tell pollsters that they support the main opposition Liberty Korea Party. Back to you, Mark.